Hey everyone, my name is Paul from Fried Candle and this is Fried Candle Behind the Scenes. In my last video I said this to fix the floor distance in depending on how big your screen is. But actually that wasn't really the problem. The problem was way different than I thought it was initially. At first I thought it was something weird with the screen sizes, but actually I made the problem myself. Let me explain. Okay, so these were the notes I were using to decide what the size of the camera needs to be depending on the aspect ratio of the screen. And this was the problem that really got me into trouble, because I made the camera bigger or smaller depending on what the screen aspect ratio was, which in the short term really helped me because I could change the things to look how I wanted to. But as you can see, I changed the screen size from 9 to 11 to 7.5, which means the vertical size changed depending on the aspect ratio. When I reverted back to the old system, so I just disabled the script, I got way more consistent times while running on different phones. So then there was the problem that my UI was all messed up because, or even the game world was all messed up because I used a fixed tile size and stuff. So I needed to split those up all as well. Back when I was using the old system, I put lines on this orange background to indicate your lane. What I do now is that I put them on the canvas, so they don't actually change, but you don't really see that, so it's fine. Other thing, I removed all the tiles, so now it's just lines. So it doesn't matter how large the camera is, the lines will always be there. Same for the start line. I made them just a bit wider. It actually was really easy to solve. I just needed to remove stuff instead of add new stuff, because I made the system that could increase and decrease the track length. But when I did that, the numbers were even more inconsistent. So now I was like, okay, I make this whole system where the track lengthened and shortened based on your screen size, but I wasn't getting consistent numbers. So I just made, okay, what is the problem? The problem is it's unfair that there are different results on different size screens. So I tested the sizing the track based on the screen size, but it didn't work. Then I was thinking maybe I should limit the velocity of the track, the velocity of how fast you can run, but then you can actually you actually cap how fast people can run. So that's also not a good thing. And then I thought back to because nothing was working, what could this be? And the thing is that I'm dealing with camera sizes, so maybe it's the camera sizes which I'm increasing and decreasing, and that ended up being the case. So when I found out this was the culprit, I needed to split up the sprites, so the white lines are separate, and I need to place them based on screen resolution. So what I ended up doing was putting them on the canvas instead of in the world itself, and also wrote this small note for myself so I know why some things happen and some things don't. I should do this way more often because documentation of your project is really important. It isn't the most fun, I know. It's really important to do so because stuff like this, you can learn a lot from it. And if you keep track of all if you keep track of all this, it's way better, believe me. So after that was fixed, I was thinking, okay, what should I do next? And one small problem that encounters sometimes is when you're really frantically running on the screen. Sometimes you pull down the notification tray, which pauses the game, or not really pauses the game, but it gets you out of the game. It's not the best experience, so what I did was a really small thing. So when you tap on the top of the screen somewhere, there's like a yellow bar that's lighting up to indicate that, hey, step down a little, because otherwise you will trigger the notification tray. But how I do it, it's quite smart. It's not the best, it's probably not that efficient, but it's really easy to do because it's just one element you need to put in. You don't have to script anything. It's super easy. So how do I do it? So the really easy thing that I did was that, as you guys may know, the button has multiple states, the standard Unity button. It has a normal color, a highlighted color, a pressed color, a selected color, and a disabled color. But what I did was made the button yellow and gave them different types of opacity. So when you're hovering over it, it's only with the mouse, it just lights up light. And when you click on it or tap on it, it becomes opacity 100, meaning it's fully yellow. It also works with your finger if you press on it. The funny thing is that it shows up a little when you stop pressing it, but when you press somewhere else, it disappears. So it's kind of like a reminder, like, oh, don't step here. It will maybe trigger the notification tray. Okay, so this is what I've been doing so far. It's Thursday now, I have a free day. So I was working on a pause menu, so when you stop running for a couple of seconds, a pause menu will pop up asking you if you want to restart or quit or whatever. I think I'm going to work on that now and check back later when I'm done. Okay, so how the pause/restart menu works is, if you stop running, a menu will pop up telling you that it will restart in 5 seconds. You can interrupt that by continue running. If you let it count down to 0, it will restart the game automatically for you. Okay, so this will be it for this week's video. Next week I'll be working towards some sort of beta or a playable game, so you can test my game. But for now, if you like this video, please click like down below. If you want to see more, you can subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you'll be updated when I upload a new video. And then I'll see you all next week.